Yes, yes, yes. What's going on? Happy Monday. Hope you are good. Feeling alive, ready for the week. So today we're going to talk about there's always one. And what I mean by that, there's always one person that has something to say. A snidey comment can be quite negative. It could be a family member. It could be a friend. It could be somebody that we know. But there's always somebody trying to bring us down. I'm going to go through how we can best deal with that person in this show. Welcome to the Rise to Thrive show. I am your host, James Borman, and if you are coming through, please do hit the love heart button and comment down below if you know one person that's quite snidey and negative about everything that you're doing. Okay, so yesterday me and Darcy, as you probably saw, went out and ran our local half marathon, which is the Hastings Half. Great run, great support, brilliant race. And I always try and do it now with pushing one of the kids. It was actually meant to push the double buggy, but the little one, the 5-year-old, didn't fancy it. But the minute we left, she said, "Oh, I wish I'd gone now." It's always the way. But anyway, we was running around the race, and I wasn't pushing for a time. I just wanted to run. I just wanted to enjoy the atmosphere, and it was great. And there was lots of banter with everybody within the race. Lots of people, "Can I jump on board?" or "Great effort," or "Brilliant effort." But there's always one schlong, right? There's always one bloke that has to be snidey or negative. And it's cool, like with this job, you know, I'm kind of used to that by now. And it's more a reflection of that individual than like anything else. But we were at about mile 2 and we were running along. And I was feeling quite good. I was just overtaking people. I was just running. I was at the back, and just like flowing, really nice. And a couple of dads were like, "Great effort. Good to see you. Follow you on social." And I was like, "Brilliant. Thank you." And then one guy behind me, miserable old man, looked at it as well, and was with his wife, and he goes, "Yeah, we'll see how well you do up Queensway." Now, Queensway is this stretch of the race, which is a 2-mile uphill. It's just this long, drawn-out slog. And I knew that I was going to be fine with it, but he obviously, like, you know, with all of the training I'm doing for the 100-miler. But this guy had no idea about the capabilities, who I was in terms of my running capabilities. He just had to make a really snidey comment in the way that he said it. And he didn't say it to me, but he was just saying it out loud so everybody heard him. And it's the classic, you know, it's a real classic egotistical sort of type of comment and the way that he said it. And I was like, man, do you know what? I'm going to use that as fuel for fire. And I'm going to go and smash up that hill, and I'm going to go and smash this in 2 hours. And that's what we did. Smashed it up that hill. And when I was feeling tired running up the hill, I was just thinking of that bloke and what he said, and it was firing me up there. It was like rocket fuel. And we got to the top, and I was like, man, it's the quickest I had ever been up that hill, even without a buggy, even when I did my best time. And we were flying, literally flying. And we managed to do it, I think, in about I think the clock time was 1:50, like 7, something like that. So I was really chuffed. And I wouldn't remember his face again, but if I ever saw him, I'd thank him for the fire. And I think, like, when we have snidey people around us, or there's negative people around us, which there's always going to be, there's always going to be that person. Like, I get it a lot of my ads, I get it a lot of my comments sometimes, always somebody that kind of just has to bring the house down, or try to. And that's where you have to build up that resilience within your mind, within yourself, that actually I'm going to use that as fire rather than allowing it to affect my confidence or knock me or my own self-belief. Because no matter what you do, ever, you will never please everyone. No matter what you do, not everyone will cheer for you. Not everyone will like you. And that is absolutely cool. That's something I've come to learn with this journey, right? But what we can do is use the snidiness, use the negativity as fuel to prove everybody wrong. So that everybody that's watching you suddenly becomes really jealous, becomes really envious of what you're achieving. And you can go up to those people, because sometimes they're family, sometimes they're friends, sometimes they're strangers, and you can go, thanks for the fire. Keep doing what you're doing, because it's getting you a long way, right? You look them in the eyes and say that. It happened to me once before, and it's actually with an ex-friend of mine, and we was at a barbecue, and I think we were talking about goals and aspirations, and this must have been like maybe 6 years ago, and I said that one of my things that I wanted to achieve was that I would just love to achieve the fact to say that I built £1 million business. And this guy, who was meant to be my mate at the time, he was like laughing, going, mate, you are never going to make that. Like, and it was a real surprise, and it was a really awkward moment for everyone on there. But I can tell you that I walked away from that situation and never spoke to that guy again. And the fuel for a long time always became like, I'm going to send him a statement when I send £1 million saying, with a big picture of a finger, middle finger to you, to saying thanks. But I changed my goals because I didn't want that anymore. But there's always going to be that person that's going to try and stop you, try and hold you down, because they're watching you grow and they're watching how well you're doing, and they don't like it because they have to confront themselves, right? So keep doing what you're doing, keep outshining, keep growing, keep pushing, and make sure that everyone that's snidey or negative or doesn't clap when you win knows how well you're doing.